Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, today we are going to continue with the shop truck, the Mitsubishi L200, and I still can't believe that when I took that cam cover off, I actually found a broken rocker. It is unbelievable that van, you know, just continues to run, and it sounds without any problems at all. I don't know. Yeah, it's a strange one, really. That shouldn't be broken. They shouldn't be broken in there. So we've got to replace that. We've got to take the exhaust camshaft off and out, undo it, take it all off. We're doing the timing belts anyway. So I'm doing the timing belt, the water pump, all that's going to be stripped down. So it ain't a massive deal because I'm taking the belts off, the timing. So, you know what I mean? But we've got to replace the damaged parts. We're going to take the injectors out. I'm actually going to change the glow plugs as well in there, because whilst it's all stripped down, it's easy to get to the glow plugs there. I'll show you that when we get outside. But yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But we're going to get cracking. I don't think we're going to get it done today. It's going to drag on to another day. But once I've done it, it's going to be absolutely sorted. Nothing needs doing to it. Nothing needs sorting. It's just, yeah, it's just going to be a better truck and a better work, you know, and it's part of, you got to look at it as it's part of your tools. It's part of the day-to-day thing that I need. It's to do with, you know, towing the trailer, picking up parts, running around, backwards and forwards. It's used as a, part of the tools. So let's get out there. Let's carry on. Part 2. Let's do this. So guys, yeah, what an absolute shocker that is snapped like that. There's nothing else. Oh, there's a hydraulic one there. Is it a tapper? Don't know. There's nothing else that's gone through in pieces. These are the only pieces that makes it, but it's weird the way it's snapped off like that. It's really strange. But yeah, we're going to replace obviously the tap, you know, this rocker. I'm going to check to make sure that any of the others are broken as well. We're going to give this a good clean, because you can see all the rubbish and crap that's in there. That's unbelievable. But that's because, you know, the oil is contaminating with the diesel, I think, and it's creating this sludge on the inside of the engine. And obviously that, you know, you saw me do the liquid moly. We've done an engine flush, and it's probably got rid of quite a lot of this stuff. But there's always going to be some leftover sludge and bits and pieces, so we need to clean. So we're going to get on with that, clean that off there. And then, yeah, we're going to sort of crack on, get this cleaned up, get all that cleaned up. I'm not going to remove the injectors until it's a lot cleaner than what it is. There's the glow plugs there. There's one there. Look, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So they're just there. So it's a lot easier, whilst the intake is out of the way and all this stuff is out of the way, to do those glow plugs. It makes sense, really. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. These injectors, they're a little bit more money. So I'm going to leave those, because don't think I'm getting any issues with those actual injectors. And then obviously this exhaust cam here, that's got to be removed, so we can put the new rocker in place underneath there. And then I'll just check to make sure any of the other rockers are damaged whilst we've got this side off. I'm not going to bother taking this side off. I'm going to leave it as it is. Obviously, we're going to do the timing belt. You can see that there's some sort of, I think there's a marking. Let me just put that there. I think there's a notch here. And they've got to line up with certain other marks around, and there's certain marks downstairs. There's not actually any locking pins as such on this type of engine. You can't normally on most, you know, on the other engines that I do, there's like a normal top pin that you can pin it and lock it, and then there's a bottom pin you can lock. But on this, there isn't really that. All there is these markings. So yeah, you know, I'm going to make sure that I mark up this as well. I can't see down there. There's two little arrows, I think, as well, and they seems to be sort of in place for some reason. It seems to be the time. I haven't actually lined this up at all. It's just turn the engine off and bang. It seems to be lined up with whoever's, because this ain't the original belt. Someone's changed this already, and it ain't that bad. But for the sake of it, we're going to do it. But it looks like this marking here on here it does line up with this. So yeah, it looks like it's already timed and lined, but we're going to check it anyway just to make sure it is. So yeah, I've got a lot of cleaning to do, and then we're going to continue stripping this down, and hopefully get this top end sorted today, and just see how far we get. But let's set up, guys. Let's do this. Right, guys, making some great progress on this in a minute. As you can see, it's looking a lot cleaner than it was before. I've tried to clean out the actual holes, the ports where the injectors sit as well. So I'm trying to lean over with one hand. I don't know if I can show you, but you can see down there, I'm just starting to clean them out. Clean the ports out a little bit. Need a little bit more work, I think, but they're getting better. They're getting a lot more cleaner in there. So yeah, I'm not going to touch the actual cam on the exhaust yet. I'm going to leave that as it is. And the plan is really to sort of you know, get this timing belt and all that sort of sorted out first, and then once I've replaced the timing belt and the water pump and that front piece here, once I know that's set, then I can remove that. Or should I? No, I think I'm going to do that wrong. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that wrong. So yeah, I'm going to have to work this out the best way. I think it's going to be probably, I don't know now. So I've got to make sure that it all lines up and it's all squared and stuff. But I think you can just take this one out. I might take this pump off, because that pump's got a sprocket there as well, like a little cog there. So I might take that out, get that out of the way, and then it's just this one here I've got to line up, because there's markings on the actual sprockets here down the bottom there. You can just see them down there. And there's two marks they've got to line up, which at the minute they are. So yeah, but I've got the glow plugs. They've turned up as well. So we're gonna get those out and replace those while we're in there. I think it was like 70 quid, 75 quid for those glow plugs. There's nothing wrong with the glow plugs I've got. But I just think, you know, whilst we're in there doing it, we might as well change them, and then I ain't got to worry about it again now. So it's these ones here. So we'll get those changed. We've got to change the copper washers on the bottom of the injectors. Got all of them, all four. They've cleaned up really well, these injectors as well. They're a bit oily on the shaft there, but they're cleaned up really well. I'm just keeping things in order, keeping things where they go. Still got to clean that up. But yeah, it's just a process of cleaning, putting back, changing, and just see how we go. But I think what I'm going to do next is get these glow plugs replaced. So yeah, got 4 new Bosch glow plugs. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then just carry on, guys, see how far we get. So let's do this. Right, okay, guys, making some great progress. Look how much space I've now got in between here, because I removed the actual radiator and I've removed the fan assembly and all that sort of stuff, ready to get in there and do the timing belt, which is this one here. got a few tensioners to take off, and then the lower cover can come off, and then we can really get down there. But yeah, I just want to quickly show you the glow plugs have been changed on the side there. These are the original ones that I've took out. And I gotta be honest, they are not the original ones that come with a car. So someone's already changed these. NGK glow plugs. Now, these NGK glow plugs from Euro Car Parts for this truck, these are £35 each. And there was nothing wrong with them. It wasn't coming up with anything with the glow plugs. There weren't no starting issues or anything like that. So I'm actually going to keep those as spares. You never know. Down the line, we might have to change them again. But, you know, it's worth keeping them, those old ones, because there's nothing wrong with them, if you know what I mean. I know, that's, you know, it's been a bit of a hoarder. But, yeah, for what they are, they're quite a lot of money. It's worth keeping hold of them. But we are definitely getting it stripped down now. You can see the amount of space I've got here. You know, it's a lot of space now. So I'm going to keep going. Next thing is, like I said, tensioners. This one here's got to come off, and that tensioner's got to come off as well. I've undone the middle bit, but that could be done back up like that. So yeah, these tensioners have got to come off, and then we can get to this plastic cover, get that lower cover off, and then we can really see the belt then. I've taken off these belts, but these are going to be changed anyway. I've got two new Daco belts for this, but let me just show you. This one here has got a serious split in the belt. That was only a matter of time before that snapped. How close that was. Look at that. So yeah, and this is the original one as well. I've not changed this or touched or previously changed this or whatever, but it's an original Mitsubishi belt. So yeah, it's a good job I was doing this work, isn't it, really? So let's keep going, and yeah, let's just see how far we get today. So yeah, let's do this. Right, okay, guys, getting somewhere. I took all the tensioners off. There's a pulley here as well I'd take off, because this is the water pump, and it was buried. It's completely buried, and there was tensioners and everything in the way, so that had to come out the way to get to the water pump. Still got to get the cover off completely, but I've undone it, the screws. Can't get that bottom bolt this bottom crank pulley off yet. I need someone to hold it from underneath in the gearbox flywheel, and then I can get a big bar on that, breaker bar, and then undo that bolt. So I can't do that for the minute, but I am going to move on to the actual exhaust cam. Now, I've undone this pump thing that had a sprocket here connected to this one. I've lined it up and it's timed with the markings, and in there as well on the two sprockets, them two line up, so I know that should go back where it is. So I think what I want to do now is take this off, remove all these brackets. Even that one's loose. Look, I did not even undo that one. That's loose, and that's loose. This could be the reason. That could be the reason why that broke, you know. Look, that's loose. That's loose. That's tight. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? So it must have been rattling loose or something, I don't know. But I never undone these. How weird is that? So, you know, there you go. It just shows you, doesn't it? It's probably had a little bounce on it, or a little tweak, and it's broke it or whatever. But yeah, that is crazy. I've just literally undone it. Look, that is crazy. That shouldn't be loose like that. This side's well tight. I'll find the torque settings for these anyway. We'll do them up tight where they should be. But I think if we remove this one now, take the cam out, so I can get to those the broken rocker underneath, and then just see how far we get today. But time is ticking away, guys, so I don't know how much more we're gonna do today, but it is very much stripped down now. We are getting really a lot of the stuff off. So yeah, let's keep going. I'll set you up. Let's get this cam off, and then yeah, we can go from there. So let's do this. Right, okay, so guys, there we go. That is the exhaust cam removed, and you can see this is the new rocker I've got, and there's a little bucket there that's this is the original bucket there, but this rocker, this is the new one, and they're adjustable by that bolt there and that screw. You kind of screw it in, and then you do up the bolt, the nut, to lock it into place. But I don't know what position that should be in, that there, because you've got to lay the camshaft in place and then use a feeler gauge. And when the lobes, these lobes are high, I suppose you could do it off these ones here and that one there. You put a feeler gauge underneath and see what the feeler gauge gap is like underneath, and that you adjust them by these little screws and the bolt to lock it. So there is a specific, you know, tolerance, and there's a specific gap between. I don't know what it is yet. I'm going to find out, and then I'm going to check the gaps. This side is the exhaust side, and this side's the intake side. This side's different to this side when it comes to the gap underneath the lobes. So I've just got to check what gaps, what size it is for the feeler gauge, and we're going to do that as well. So yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and it's because it's really lucky, I've got to be honest, that I am doing this, because I found that the bolts that's holding the actual camshaft down, they come loose. Like I said, this side is all tight. There's no, I'm going to check to make sure that obviously they're torqued down to the right settings and they're not moved. But these ones have moved. They come up. They're raised. So it's got to be the reason why it's broke. It's got to be the reason why that broke. So yeah, but I've just sort of took all the stuff inside. I'm laying it all out on the bench, so I know exactly what's what with the injectors. They go a certain specific order. All the bolts. Yeah, these are the bolts that were loose. These three in the middle, and it was that one that was broke. So that could be the reason. I'd like to think it is, because obviously it's nice to know what happened and why it actually broke. So yeah, but we're gonna clean all this up, get all this oil cleaned up. There's your timing marks. You can see it just there. It's actually like a little round dot. You can see it just in the see the little dot. So yeah, as long as all that lines back up, then it goes back into the right position with the other one, then you know technically it should be fine. But yeah, it is getting cold. It's getting late. I'm going to leave it there. Guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. We're getting loads of parts now off the work truck, but I think it's definitely due to be done. And this way, you know, it's going to be a nice running van when we're finished. So yeah, that's going to be the end of today's video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon on the next one. Take care. Thanks again.